Hello, I'm a Charodon X, and today I'm going to be talking about the four dinosaurs I've drawn here for this little sketch showcase. I've now set up the ambitious goal of reaching up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year of 2025, and I would especially appreciate your efforts to help my little channel grow if you can like this video and subscribe to see more amazing content like this. So what these four dinosaurs all have in common with each other is that they've all come from the Maastrichtian stage of the Late Cretaceous, around 72 to 66 million years ago, and they all would have coexisted with angiosperms or flowering plants or trees of some kind, which is why you can see the small magnolia tree sitting right here at the lower left corner. So angiosperms have been diversifying all over the world over the past 50 million years or so at this point in Earth's history, and the dinosaurs of the late Cretaceous shared their habitats with a wide variety of these colorful plants, flourishing in both the northern and southern hemispheres. Their world was also starting to look a lot like ours, as the continents were assuming their modern forms in some way or another by the end of the Cretaceous. And although the overall climate would have been warm and humid, much like what you can see in the American Southeast, there were some parts of the world, such as northeastern Asia and polar regions, such as Alaska and southern Patagonia, which would have had colder, more seasonally temperate climates, and even snow at times, but not to the extent which we have today. Now, the dinosaurs standing at the top of the sketch showcase is Admonosaurus annectens, the youngest species of the hadrosaur genus Admonosaurus, which lived in the western half of North America, around 68 to 66 million years ago. This was the largest North American herbivore of its time, reaching the size of a city bus at 12 to 15 meters, or 40 to 50 feet long, and weighing around 5.6 to 15 metric tons, and its fossils have been found in the Dakotas, Montana, and Wyoming in the south, up to Saskatchewan and Alberta in the north. Admonosaurus annectens is also one of the most significant late Cretaceous dinosaur species ever known to science, besides T-Rex or Triceratops. For over the past century or so, but especially as of 2025, we have found fossilized full-body specimens of this species in the Hell Creek and Lance formations of Montana and Wyoming, respectively, with preserved soft tissue impressions which show that this dinosaur possessed a fleshy crest on top of its head, a line of keratinous spikes running down its back, large leg muscles which enabled it to run at great speeds on just two legs, a mosaic of differently sized and shaped scales on its body which might indicate the possibility of stripes or other kinds of markings that the animal would have had in life, and even hooves on its feet in the form of pseudo-mittens on its hands, and large nails on its hind feet, both of which you can closely see in this sketch. And as a contemporary of Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus, Admonosaurus annectens was thriving in large herds around the shores of the receding western interior seaway and the coastal floodplains, swamps, and wetlands of northwestern North America, and its diets would have mainly consisted of the leaves, needles, and twigs of conifers and broadleaf trees, an assortment of fruits, small nuts and seeds, and salt-stressed plants growing on either side of the western interior seaway. And although Admonosaurus did not possess any horns or armor like those of the contemporary ceratopsians or nodosaurs, it would have still been quite a formidable prey animal for a T-Rex to tackle due to its enormous size and long, sinewy tail which could be swung back and forth to inflict powerful blows. Now the two sauropods which you can see at the center right corner are Opisthocoelicaudia and Nematosaurus, and they both hail from the Nemet Formation of Mongolia in northeastern Asia. So the former is only known from a relatively complete skeleton, which unfortunately lacks the neck and skull, while the latter is only known from a single well-preserved skull, and they're both titanosaurs, which measured around 11 to 13 meters, or 36 to 43 feet long, which is quite small for a typical sauropod dinosaur, and they both would have lived in a swampy floodplain environment, similar to today's Okavango, where they would have coexisted with other large dinosaurs, such as the giant ornithomimosaurs, Dinochirus and Gallimimus, the Hadrosaur Saurolophus, the Tyrannosaur Tarbosaurus, and the giant herbivorous Coelurosaur Therizinosaurus. And finally, everyone certainly knows what dinosaur this is, and it's the most overrated one of all time. Tyrannosaurus rex measured around 12 to 13 meters, or 40 to 43 feet long, stood up to 4 meters or 13 feet tall at the hips, and weighed around 6 to 8 tons, and it was the largest North American land predator of its time, as well as one of the largest and heaviest theropod dinosaurs of all time, besides Giganotosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, and Spinosaurus. This giant coelurosaurian theropod possessed grapefruit-sized eyes, which gave it a field of binocular vision that far surpassed those of modern birds of prey, and bone-crushing jaws which could exert a bite force of 40 to 48,000 newtons. And it was most likely an ambush hunter that would have silently stalked elephant-sized prey animals, such as Ankylosaurus, Denversaurus, Edmontosaurus, Torosaurus, and Triceratops, amongst the trees in dense undergrowth with the use of its large, fleshly padded feet, and overwhelmed them with quick bursts of speed, and a few bone-crushing bites aimed at the flanks and back in order to bring them down. And in the Lance and Hell Creek formations, Tyrannosaurus would have also coexisted with a much smaller Tyrannosaur Nanotyrannus, which is more closely related to Appalachian tyrannosaurs, which might have migrated westward into Laramidia before the split up of North America by the Western Interior Seaway. So this is the end of my little Late Cretaceous creature sketch showcase. I hope you liked it so far, and since I've done a video like this on the Mars Formation 5 months ago, I will do similar sketch showcases on the ecology of the Kemkem and Nemeth formations. So stay tuned for those in the near future if you can, by subscribing to my channel in order to help me achieve my 1,000 subscriber goal before the end of 2025. And I'll see y'all soon.